Let's get it. What it do, y'all. Welcome to the Zaza Podcast episode. What is this, y'all? Episode 4? Sheesh. Let's go. Episode 4 already, y'all. Damn, must be nice. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing, y'all? Today, we're going to talk about some shit. I got some shit on my chest, chat. Oh boy, do I ever. We're going to talk about some cheaters. Like some cheating penguins, something like that. R.I.P. Spinderella. Hella sad, yo. And some Valentine's Day shit. Let's go. Yeah, it's been quite an interesting week for sure, y'all. For sure. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry, I'm going through some of my notes here. Last week's episode and all the tea with that dude I was gonna do a podcast with. That shit was hella interesting. But today we gonna talk about some shit, yo. I hope y'all enjoyed some of my live streams from last weekend. We had some bangers. If you don't know, the Zaza LV on TikTok or the Zaza one. Yeah, it should be some good ass content from last weekend. We got some good viral videos and shit like that. I hope you guys been tapping into my Instagram and TikTok to catch up to on all that shit. But before we get into the human drama, let's talk about the animal kingdom, y'all. I'm talking about so I was scrolling through TikTok, y'all, and there was this fucking video. It was so hilarious, y'all. I don't even know how to describe. Let me just set the scene, y'all. I'm sure you guys have seen it. Some of y'all maybe not. So it's a penguin. You know, penguins they're known to like pick a partner and stick with them for life, y'all. It's a beautiful thing, you know. Don't we all wish we had something like that, you know? It's so beautiful how penguins are like that, you know? I remember watching documentaries and yeah, it's adorable how the penguins they pick their partners, they stay with them for life, y'all. For lifers, chat. You know? It's a beautiful love story for sure. Well, like in real life human being drama and form, let me lay out the story for y'all. So the dad penguin is out doing dad penguin shit. Working, getting the bread, fucking hunting for fish like they do in the animal kingdom. And, you know, mom is back home holding down the nest, y'all. Well, he's gone for quite a while. And as he's approaching his nest, coming back home, what does he discover? Well, that horrible feeling we all get when we witness our partners cheating on us. The damn penguin is in the nest with another male penguin, y'all. Crazy, y'all. And the video, the husband goes and immediately starts attacking the other male penguin, you know? I'm talking about like fucking him up, bro. And these type of penguins, they use their beaks, you know, to like build their nest and shit like that. So they started going at it, y'all. So, they're going to fight for her, basically. So they start fighting. They kind of fall back, stop their little fight. And then they kind of start making their little penguin noises, and she has to pick who she chooses. And in true female form, even in the animal kingdom, she does not choose the husband. She chooses the guy she's cheating on her with, or the penguin. And they go back to their nest. It was so sad, y'all, the video. Well, it doesn't end there. He's like, all right, if that's how it's going to go, then I'm going all out, bro. So he starts poking away at him. They literally start fucking gouging their eyes out with their fucking beaks, y'all. So fucking sad. And then he ends up still getting fucking beat up and has to go squirm out of there. The video is fucking crazy, y'all. But isn't that insane that even in the animal kingdom, y'all, these hoes ain't loyal. Bro. Not even penguins, yo. Not even the most loyal of loyal. They gotta be cheaters too, y'all. Ain't no way, y'all. But yeah, when I saw that and like on TikTok, people describing the video and the penguin drama, y'all, that shit was hilarious, y'all. So fucking funny, y'all. But I mean, it be like that sometimes, y'all. It be like that. So pick your penguin right, y'all. You know, it's so hard out there to trust. Trust. God knows I've been going through some drama. Ugh. But I'm on the other side of all that shit. I'm so glad, y'all. It's a beautiful thing to be single, living life, being happy, not worrying about shit like that, And it's interesting because, Valentine's is coming up. Here I am, single at Valentine's. And what do people do during Valentine's, y'all? If you don't have a Valentine's person, like females do their little Galentine's Day. What y'all think about that shit, y'all? Galentine's. We're gonna get each other's gifts and celebrate our friendship. I mean, to each their own. I ain't even tripping, bro. But when I saw Brolentine's, gay. Brolentines. Is that even how you pronounce it? It's for the bros. The male version of Galentine's. I guess it's getting more popular. I didn't even know it was a thing, y'all. I started thinking when I saw I was seeing like different people on Instagram posting their Galentine's Day shit. So then it made me think. I'm like, well, what's the male version of that? What is there a male version? So then I'm start thinking, well, for gals, it's gallon times. So for dudes, would it be doodling times or? And then I was like, Brolin times. So then I go straight to Google, y'all, and it's an actual fucking thing, y'all. Chat, what the fuck? I didn't think it was an actual thing. I guess it is. It's rising in popularity, y'all. Brolentines. Bro. The bromances. I don't even know I have bros that would be down to do that, y'all. I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Brolentines. The fuck out of here, bro. Hell nah. Motherfucker, hell nah. That's an ixnay on the Brolentines, y'all. That's a hard no. I mean, I don't know about y'all. Come on. Galentine's, I get it. The ladies, they're lovers. They love their friends. Maybe more acceptable, but with the Brolin, I don't even understand it, y'all. But to each their own, To each their own. If that's what they like. The Brolin times. Do your thing. Do your thing. Like what the fuck would we do during Brolin times, y'all? I'm trying to think. Like what are we gonna go to the strip club, bro, or are we just gonna watch our favorite bro movie? Like, what do we do besides what we usually do when we hang out, dog? Like, come on, get out of here, yo. I couldn't even. No. If the homie came up like, hey, bro, I know it's Valentine's Day today, but let's go have a Valentine's Day fucking day off and fucking chill, bro, and hit the bar and go play some pool and go watch your favorite bro movie. I look at him like, what the fuck are you talking about, dog? Like, shut the you're kidding, right? Come on, come on, geek. No fucking. Yeah, it's a trip. That it's a legitimate thing, y'all. Where is this? Oh my god! Like, what is this world coming to, y'all? I mean, you could be brolin times anytime, you know. Just do your thing with your bros. You ain't gotta be at a specific date or a specific day just because of Valentine's and shit. And just let it be Valentine's for the lovers, y'all. You know, let them do their thing. Why does everybody have to be included? Whatever. It is what it is, you know. If you ain't got a significant other, it's not a big deal. Do you really have to make a date and a thing for everybody, y'all? Like, come on. Come on. No. I'm good on rolling times, y'all. I'm good. But anyways, I'd rather be, you know, chill on Valentine's. What I'm gonna be doing, y'all? I'm thinking this year, doing me. That's it. I don't need the brawling times. Honestly, y'all, there's a lot of things coming down the pipeline, y'all. Some good content coming up for the live streams, y'all. I think I'm about to hit the road, y'all. About to hit the road, and yeah, on the next podcast, I'll talk about what's to come and the little road trip I'm about to take, and it's a little teaser of what's to come, y'all. By the next podcast, you guys will know. If you watch the live streams too, you'll see where I'm gonna be at and where I'm gonna pop out to, y'all. We're about to hit the road, y'all. A little vacation time, you know, don't hurt nobody, y'all. So yeah, I'm about to hit the road and go towards the East Coast, y'all, and yeah, you guys will see on the next podcast. We'll talk about it, and obviously, if you watch my live streams, you'll see where I'm gonna end up, and just try to bring more dope ass content. You know, that's the whole goal. That's the whole goal for sure. So it's a beautiful thing that for Valentine's, that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be focusing on me, baby. You know how we all should be doing, no matter what, y'all. Because it's important, you know. It's important to focus on you and your mental, your physical, whatever, you know. It makes me think about actually it's a good transition, you know. It makes me think about a person that, not to bring anything down or anything, but I got to talk about it for sure. There was a regular down there on Fremont Street, and she recently, like in the last week, she passed away, y'all. We knew her as Spinderella. She would just sit there and spin around, you guys, like just spin and spin in circles. And um, I would say kind of like a street performer, you know. But she was a regular down there. Through my live streams, we would always see her and run into her and just, you know, spinning away, spinning away. So I named her Spinderella, but I guess a lot of people knew her as Chaos. Chaos with an X. Actually, she told me that was her name once. She's like, I tag Chaos with an X. I'm like, oh, that's what's up. Chaos with an X. Edgy, bro. I like that. But It's sad. She passed away from I guess liver failure is what I heard. So just makes me think, we gotta take care of ourselves, y'all. Take care of the temple for sure. I've been definitely trying to focus on that more and more. We should all be like that. But yeah, RIP to chaos. We gotta for sure take care of our bodies. It's important. It's important. We all like to turn up, but we gotta be smart about it for sure, y'all. It's a must. It really is. And so yeah, it's very important to sorry, I was just looking through my notes, but it's so important, like the mental health, physical health, all that, y'all. It really, really is. It's been really making me think more and more about that shit, y'all. Very important for us to be on top of that shit, all of us, y'all. I definitely talk about that a lot on my live streams. So for sure, focus on that. Cause I definitely have been trying to eat healthier. Kinda. I need to get back in the gym. Like I had my routine going before. It's important, y'all. It really, really is. It really, really is. See, and down there, on Fremont Street, you do see like a lot of homeless people, and the mental illness because in that community, in the homeless community, there is a lot of mental illness or whatnot, and it's sad that they don't get the help that they need. So yeah, it's so sad that they don't have the resources sometimes for that type of stuff. And you see people having episodes down there and shit like that. So yeah, it doesn't just happen with them. It happens with everybody, y'all. Homeless community or not, like that's so important. Mental health. Oh my god, that's what I need right now. Mental health break, y'all. That's why, like I was saying earlier, I can't wait to hit the road. Sometimes that's what I need to reset my shit. If I'm feeling in the funk or kind of down or some shit, just get out, get some fresh air, reset. Get out of town for a little bit. Go hit the beach somewhere. Nature always helps me reset, whatever it is for everybody. It's important. For sure, for sure. You know what else helps me reset my mind? A good safety meeting. Sheesh, let's go. I know what safety meeting is, right? Yeah, no, little cannabis break. Don't hurt nobody. It really, really doesn't, chat. Some people get anxiety from cannabis, but it's helped me a lot. The medicinal values of it, it's so, so like clutch, you guys. It really, really is. I remember when I was a teenager and my parents were so against it. Like very, very against it. Mexican families are very conservative, believe it or not. Very religious, very conservative. And they are pretty much against that shit. Like growing up, they're like, hell no, weed, what? It's drugs, it's bad. So yeah, my mom and dad were hella strict about that, y'all. If I even came in smelling like immediately, if I was smelling like bud or weed or cannabis, it's a nicer word for it, cannabis. She would start tripping, bro. But see, as I got older, I would try to explain to him like the medicinal components of this plant. It's very, very important for you to know this. And she would look at me like, yeah, right, okay. I would talk to my mom like that. She's like, yeah, right, okay. Medicinal my ass. I'm like, no, but really. And I really thought about it like that, y'all. And then it's funny, then she bust out with a fucking bottle of alcohol, like rubbing alcohol. And it had a whole ass fucking bud plant in there, y'all. A whole ass weed plant inside the alcohol to make what they call tincture. And it's basically for arthritis and for your bones, and it helps, y'all. So then I look at her, I was like, oh, really? So so what happened with it's not medicinal. How hypocritical is that, bro? I'm like, are you for reals? I'm like, of course it's medicinal. You're using it right there in your alcohol. Talking about like, can you give me some to put that in that bottle? I'm like, oh, now you want some, huh? Like, of course it has medical components. It really does. Obviously, a lot of people do it recreationally, and it's come around so much, y'all, since I first started. But trust me, it still has a long ass way to go, y'all. Federally, it's still illegal. It's still classified Schedule 1, I believe, which is insane. Insane. It should pretty much be fully legalized across the board. Federally. Fuck federally. It should be worldwide at this point, just like tobacco or alcohol. But yeah, it's great. It's insane. We're still not there yet completely. Because then my mom did change her tune, bro. As she slowly started seeing, like, man, maybe you are right, you know. Then she would have trouble sleeping, and then fucking doctor started prescribing her like take this pill and that pill, you know. Big pharma, of course. They'll fucking take over your life too, get you addicted to shit, bro. And I'm like, no, look, you ain't even gotta smoke it. You don't have to smoke. If you don't like smoke, no problem. Take this little gummy right here. Make sure you only take a fourth of it though, or else you're gonna get blasted, bro. So I'm like, yeah, just take a little quarter maybe, see how you feel. If you start getting sleepy, if you don't, maybe half, you know, pace yourself. Bro, she's like, I got the best sleep that I have ever gotten in my life. I'm like, you see? Medicinal. What did I tell you, mom? That really started changing her tune. So it's wonderful how people do come around like that, you know, with the gummies because they're more what's the word? Palatable. Oh, I botched that word so bad. Palatable. Meaning you could eat it, you know. You could consume it easier. It's more easier to consume for sure. Palatable. That's the word. Palatable. Pun intended. So yeah, it's easier to digest when you let them not only like physically digest, but also like figuratively, where you know, here's a gummy. You ain't gotta smoke it. Just take this little candy. Call me in the morning. See how you feel. So yeah, that does. The thing is though, like for an experienced smoker like me, I'll tell you guys this much. Um, we have a thing called the endocannabinoid system. It's a thing. Look it up. And the endocannabinoid system. It's literally in our bodies, and it's basically how we react, or our bodies react chemically to cannabis. And when you eat it, is a whole different reaction than when you smoke it, obviously. Why? Because the enzymes in your stomach, they process differently. So it breaks it down differently and it hits you differently, you know? It's no different when you consume anything else, you know? So when you smoke it, it's, you know, the whole process scientifically, the way it goes straight to your head, you get more of a head, they call it a heady high. And I prefer that, you know, it's quick and chill, get my head right, get my mind right. Very therapeutic. Going back to that, you know, stressful day. I don't really drink much, y'all, but I'm, you know, a couple puffs, and I'll be straight, you know, after work, chilling, bro. Nice little safety meeting, you know what I'm saying? Get my mind right. But see, some people that it could be too much for them. It's like, oh shit, I get anxiety when I smoke, or it's too much. I get hella like tired, or whatever the case is. So then other people, the gummies, like for me, gummies are edibles, any type of edible. When you consume it edibly, um, it hits me way harder, y'all. I just don't like the way it hits me. I'm just like, I literally feel like I'm drunk. It affects me differently when it breaks down in my stomach and I eat it. I really don't like it. I'm like, it's not the same for me. And other people, it's the opposite. They prefer like that. Take a little gummy and they feel nice little buzz and sleepy or relaxed or whatever it is. So you kind of have to find your what your body kind of prefers when you do that, y'all. And I suggest that, like I said, instead of taking pills or other shit for the medicinal value, I'm telling y'all this has a lot of benefits if for a lot of things, y'all, from pain to if you have problems eating, nausea, not if you have nausea for whatever reason, just so many different factors and reasons why you should consider cannabis for medicinal use. It's legit. It really is. Just don't take too much and fucking pass out from hella gummies, bro. There's been some crazy stories out there from taking hella gummies, y'all. First time smokers freaking out. Seeing the dabs, y'all, that's a whole nother fucking thing. I've seen people like literally take a hit of a dab, and the dabs are like more concentrated, so it's a more concentrated form of taking cannabis, so it's extremely stronger, and they usually make it in a wax form or different shit like that. And yeah, that's just hella strong, y'all. That's more advanced, way more advanced. But however you do it, if you are out here in Vegas, and a lot of states are now like recreationally, you could go to dispensaries, and obviously they're legal. But if you're ever in Vegas and come visit out here, y'all, just be careful. Because although it is legal, a lot of people don't comprehend the laws, y'all. They just think like obviously you could go buy it as long as you're 21, you got an ID, boom, you could buy it. So now let's smoke it outside. Well, actually, you can't do that. They're pretty specific with the laws, and the law says that you cannot consume it in public. So yeah, public consumption is pretty much illegal. You're supposed to consume it at a private residence or area. But see, that's what pisses me off, y'all. Because let's say you're a tourist, you fly in, you check into your hotel, you go downstairs, go to your local dispensary, buy your little pre roll, and you're like, hell yeah, let me go back to my private residence, my private hotel. Let me spark this thing up real quick and get this shit started. No, not quite. Why? Because they don't allow that at hotels. They don't even, they barely allow fucking cigarette smoke, let alone weed smoke, marijuana smoke. Cannabis consumption is also not legal at these properties. So then, where the fuck are you supposed to do it? You can't do it outside because public consumption is illegal. So you could potentially get a ticket. You can't do it at your hotel because you're going to get kicked out. You're going to get a fine. So, excuse me, Mr. Johnny Law, where am I supposed to do it then? I could go buy it, but uh, where do you expect me to do it and not get a ticket? Can you answer me that? Oh, you have no answer. Oh, the consumption lounges. Oh, those things. So they have these things called consumption lounges, y'all. So they expect all these tourists that buy cannabis to go to these lounges to go do their stuff. Keep in mind when you go to these lounges, I've gone on one of my live streams. I went to these lounges. They're pretty neat. It's a good concept. When I went into Amsterdam, that's what was so dope, y'all. You would sit down, you would go into these coffee shops. Amazing, y'all. They had amazing food. It was like a bar area. It's like, think about it like a bar, basically. You would sit down, they would bring you your bong or whatever apparatus they had there to smoke it. You buy your product and you just consume it there. So the ones they have out here is kind of similar. But they're pretty strict out here where you have to buy the product there from them. And it's pretty expensive. It's not super cheap. And you can't bring your own shit. So then there's also like rules to that. It's not like if you could bring your shit from outside. And yeah, so it's not viable if you think about it. If a tourist wants to just smoke, you think they're gonna go all the way to the fucking lounge and anytime they want to just do their thing, y'all? No, so it's pretty hard to consume it, even though it's fully legal. So most people end up just like, what the fuck? Like, I'm gonna smoke outside like I usually do. But they should change. It's like I've been preaching that forever, y'all. Like, change that law, y'all. At least in Vegas, or I don't even know, y'all, because it's a huge, I would say, entrapment. It's crazy, because you can't do it nowhere but in public. Those consumption lounges they just don't hold enough capacity for everybody, anyways. There's only like 3 or 4 in town, y'all. They approved like 20 licenses, but they still haven't even opened all these lounges. So it's crazy. So please be careful when you come out here because, like I said, there's a huge gray area, y'all. Or it's still, you can still get a ticket for public consumption, basically. And trust me, when I'm on I'm on street live streaming, like you can smell it everywhere. And I ain't even fronting. There's times I'll do my little safety meeting too. It is what it is. It is what it is. I guess as long as they don't see you, you'll be straight. Just be smart about it. A lot of times they won't even give you a ticket anyways. The cool cops will be like, just put it out, bro. Just put it out. But see, there's times like First Friday when there's a lot of people down there, the First Friday events that they have, and oh, they'll regulate those nights, y'all. They really will. So just be smart about it. To me, I just kind of go do it somewhere where they ain't around, there ain't nobody around. Just do my thing. But yeah, it's a trip how people are so unaware of stuff like that from the public consumption and also the bottles. I posted a video the other day about bottles too down there in that area on Fremont Street. You can't have glass bottles. People are like, "Oh, you can't. I thought you could drink out, on the streets this and that." I'm like, "Yeah, you could do that, but in that area specifically in downtown, you can't even have You cannot have bottles. They will literally stop you, start tripping on you. They have a law or an ordinance in that area as well. People are unaware of that too. So yeah, if you're in that area, for sure, be careful carrying a bottle. Yeah, you could do it, but you're potentially gonna get stopped, or they're gonna tell you something. So if you don't want to get searched, bro, don't give them any reason. Know your laws. Yeah, you go to any casino down there, they have plastic cups at the entrance, so you could just fill your drinks in the cups because they don't allow the bottles outside, basically, y'all. So yeah, be smart about that shit, y'all. Be very, very smart. Be very, very, very smart. It has evolved too. The all the different cannabis and shit. They have this stuff called Delta 9. I could go on and on about cannabis, you guys. I really, really do love that plant. I know I have a wealth of information when it comes to that. I don't want to bore you guys today on the canna talk, you know. But for sure, if there's anything that when it comes to the medicinal value, going back to that, think about going those means or that route, you know, before you go to big pharma. Don't be afraid. A lot of people too, like, oh, they drug test at my job. That sucks too, y'all. But there's ways around that too. Shit, I've been doing that for a minute. There's ways around that too. It's a trip because they have this thing called the Wizinator. I don't know if you guys ever heard about that. And I heard about this shit a while back, y'all. I guess athletes and different people do it. People that are on parole got to pass their fucking drug test. It's literally like a fake fucking penis, y'all. They go to that extent. You pull out the fake fucking penis and has synthetic pee, y'all. In case they're watching, you know, pull out your fucking fake wee wee and shit and pee in front of them. Have the synthetic pee, you'll pretty much pass any test with that synthetic pee. And then has a heating pad that heats up the synthetic urine. So, you know, in the cups, when you pee in the cups, it has a temperature gauge. So it'll be to the temperature of your body. And you'll pass with flying colors, y'all. If you got to go to that extent and get the fake wee wee. What was it called? The Wizinator and shit. It's a trip, y'all. But see, some people will just buy the synthetic urine and, you know, heating pad, and you're good to go, y'all. Giving y'all the cheat code, y'all. It's that easy. Just go hit up your local smoke shops. They'll take care of you, chat. If you really want to know the cheat code. This is all stuff that you know, is out there for sure. Because it sucks, dude. Yeah, because it's federally illegal. You could potentially lose your job for something like that. It's wild, y'all. For a plant that is medicinally helping people instead of going to big pharma and fucking pills. Like, come on. It's so much more healthier and beneficial. It's organic, bro. Don't panic. It's organic, yo. Like, for real. For real, for real. And I guess I want to leave off with I got another thing to talk about here before I get up out of here, y'all. Oh yeah, going back to the whole I don't mean to backtrack, but like I said, I'm about to hit the road, y'all. Pretty exciting shit, y'all. So I probably won't be doing a podcast for the next 2 3 weeks, maybe, y'all. So I kind of rushed this one. Last time I was way more prepared, so I'm sorry if I'm a little all over the place and pausing and not very clear on some of the shit. But um, yeah, I'm about to hit the road, y'all. Kind of last minute, kind of like I don't want to say too much, but just watch the live streams if you don't watch them. Follow me on all socials, y'all. Instagram and TikTok. THA_Zaza1. And on Instagram is the Zaza Clips. THA_Zaza Clips. CLIPS. Zaza Clips. And I post a lot of shit on my stories, but yeah, I'm about to hit the road, y'all. Let's just say I'm about to hit the road, like on a road trip from here all the way to the East Coast, y'all. So I'll be stopping at a couple spots, and I don't want to say exactly where I'm going. Just watch the live streams, and you'll see, and we'll talk about it on the next podcast. But obviously, if you watch the live streams, you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. It's gonna be fun, 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 fun. I've never driven like to the East Coast like that. The farthest east Like the farthest I've been away from here driving east to the United States has been like Utah. I've flown places, but not driven like that, y'all. I'm about to hit the road. I'm about to hit the road, y'all. Instead of flying, you know. So it should be fun. Should be fun for the content that we're about to catch through the live streams, y'all. Very, very, very fun. I'm pretty excited about it, y'all. And like I said, I love doing shit like this, you know. It helps me, helps my mental, all that, y'all. You know. Sometimes we all gotta take a little mental break. And to me that's what that is, y'all. It really is just hitting the road, having some fun, and then obviously doing content. Whatever it is for you guys out there, remember to do that for yourself, you know? Whatever it is, y'all. From a hike to fucking, I don't know, treat yourself to a fucking scoop of ice cream. Whatever it is, y'all. It's important to, yeah, sometimes do something for you, you know? Especially like I said, I just got out of a fucking toxic ass relationship, y'all. I'm so happy now and doing my own thing, and yeah, it's been great. I don't need people nagging me about my cats, y'all. How do y'all feel about that, by the way? If you're with somebody and then you got a pet while you were with them, but keep in mind, I have kids. Surprise, surprise! If you didn't know, I have two daughters, and you know, when I got that cat, yeah, I was in a relationship and all, and I bought the cat or whatnot. And I love that cat, and so do my kids, y'all. We all bonded with the pets, y'all. And they were bummed out. They're like, oh shit. I mean, yeah, they weren't really bummed out about the breakup. It was more like, where are the cats going? I'm like, right? They were hella sad, y'all. So I'm like, nah. At first I considered about like, nah, I fucked all that. Like I can't do that to my girls, my daughters. Like just rip those cats away because it's more than one. Well, one of them, like I said, I purchased while I was in this relationship, and the other one I acquired within this relationship as well. But it came from my daughter. Like one of her friends, she had moved out of state or somewhere or something like that, and they had a cat that needed to be rehomed. And then my daughter brought the cat home, and the cat bonded with my beautiful Scotty, Biscotti, my beautiful, beautiful Biscotti. And yeah, they're pretty much they're bros, you know. Two male cats, and they bonded together. So now they stay together, y'all. Anytime we try to like put them apart, y'all, they start like they get all sad, y'all. I don't. So the other one's name is Sophie. Even though it's a male, his name is Sophie. Go figure. That's what they called him. I think I don't know what the name was about, but whatever. Sophie, he starts meowing, bro. Like if his bro Biscotti isn't there, he starts meowing and meowing, like calling for him. So it's obvious that he grew up with other cats. You know, you could tell that he wasn't a cat that was by himself because he's a much older Biscotti. Biscotti's a Bengal cat, y'all. Full breed Bengal. He's so beautiful, y'all. So yeah, I love my cats, y'all, and so do my kids. So I'm like, absolutely not gonna give them away. Fuck all that. I first of all, I paid for one of them. The other one got rehomed through my daughter, so it's basically her cat, and we're not gonna split them. We're not gonna. I'll be fucked up if you like split them apart, y'all. To me, it's a no brainer. It's a no brainer. But to other people, they made it a big deal. Try to go online and fucking throw some shade my way. I'm like, please stop. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Why is it? Why are people like that? I guess people get emotional. You know, when I first got divorced too, like I take the high road, y'all. Everybody should take the high road. I know we get emotional at times when there's breakups or something messy happens in relationships, y'all. Take the high road. Don't go online and start bashing people, y'all. That's the worst thing you can do. I think that's so petty, and if anything, it makes that person look bad, you know? And trust me, people love the drama for sure. They want to get their popcorn and fucking what's the tea? Let's see what's going on over there. But no, it's fuck all that. Yeah, I don't. I do not like that online, like airing everything out. Like it's, bro. I value. I say this with so much emphasis. I value my privacy. It's so like forever. I have always thought about it like that, yo. Since I first started on social media, it's so important, you guys. Like to me, like privacy. You know, I don't want my whole life out. Who does? You know, even celebrities. Like it don't matter who you are. Like very rarely does anybody want their whole life out there in public display. You know. So I have always valued it since, like I said, it's when I first started on Instagram. That's when I first started getting a following, and I wouldn't even show my face. Yo, I remember. Not only was I a little insecure, we talked about that last time, but more importantly, like I didn't want people like if knowing who I was, if I did like get somewhat popular, which it did happen on that Instagram page. It started getting like who's that guy? Who's that guy that does these pictures and does these videos? It was all cannabis content, you know. But I was always it was a faceless account, y'all. I never did a face reveal ever there till way after my popularity had already came and went, y'all. Like literally, I would go to events and people had no clue who the fuck I was or who. I used to go by the Herbal Connoisseur, and I would go to events, these cannabis events, you know, for different brands. I would sit there and go to these events, and they would know I would be at the events, obviously, because through Instagram we would be advertising it. And all right, where's he at? I want to meet him. I don't even know what he looks like. It was a trip that people would. I'm still humbled by that, actually. You know, to the day, yo, when people come up to me and Zaza, can I get a picture? It's unbelievable to think that, y'all. It's mind blowing. It's so appreciative and so humbled by people's support, y'all. And that's why I do the podcast too, because I don't know. This is just stuff I love, y'all. I love social media. I've always loved, like I said, I have said this before. I've always loved radio, and doing the podcast. It's an extension of what I love to do. I never thought about it like, oh, I'm gonna get popular. I'm gonna get big. That was never really on my mental. Similar to the TikToks. Remember how I got traction on Instagram when I first started, and then Instagram really taught me a lot about social media, and then I transitioned to TikTok, and that has catapulted me to a whole nother level, y'all. It's a fucking blessing, y'all. And the motion continues. Now I'm doing this podcast thing, and who knows? It probably won't take off. It's all good. But I love being in here. I love getting shit off my chest and just learning the craft of doing podcasting in here and just talking about different topics. I'm just getting started, just getting my beak wet, how they say, y'all. Just getting my beak wet, learning the ropes with this stuff. Every show, I learn different shit, how to just a little tidbit, you know. This is definitely an art when it comes to this podcasting shit and radio. So yeah, it's been a beautiful thing. But anyways, I gotta wrap it up, y'all. I gotta say, love y'all. Appreciate y'all so motherfucking much, y'all. Always remember, y'all, life is beautiful, and so are you. Let's go. Love one another, chat. Catch you on the next one. Like I said, we're hitting the road, chat. Make sure you watch the live streams. We hitting the road, baby. Hopefully I'll have a bunch of stories for y'all. I know I will. Let's get it, y'all. Catch y'all on the next one. Zaza out. Laters, y'all. Laters, chat. Love y'all.